Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? This is Freddie Ewan, two-time GM of the Year, current Pantheon Cup champion, and host of the TPFFKAL show. We haven't been on. We weren't able to do start and sit with James. Couldn't do Monday morning quarterback with Rich. It's been as you can see, it's been a busy couple days. I've been spending a lot of time with Robin. Hi, Robin. So you guys can understand why I missed a couple shows because been spending time with Robin. Hi, Robin. How are you? But anyway, big week in the TPFFKAL. Big games went down. Want to go over them all with you. Very exciting stuff going on. Gonna start with the first one. Number 1 versus number 2. FJTK versus the Donkey Dicks. Wasn't much of a matchup. Both of them outperformed their stat lines, but FJTK just too much. Big day for Justin Herbert, gets 35 points, throws most of his passes to Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen had like 20 targets and 18 catches, scores for 18 receptions, a touchdown, 215 yards, 41 points. On the other side, big day from Tyreek Hill, 29 points, but that was really ETN had a decent day, but didn't get much out of Addison. He's got Hurts and Godwin going tonight. Just not going to be enough to catch him. FJTK is tough. Like I said, if one don't get you, the other one will. Bijan Robinson, 8 points, but, he's got Kelce in the lineup who puts up 16. Pollard puts up 16. Allen Jefferson is, seems matchup proof, had a big day. Guy's going to be tough to beat. He's going to be tough to beat. Probably doesn't even need to spend any cap money for next year because his team is just, phenomenal top down. Big thing, too, is there's been really no injuries with him. No injuries, with his roster at all, which is scary, very scary. We'll talk about the matchup next week, but, pretty exciting. FJTK is going to go to 3-0. The Donkey Dicks fall 2-1, their first loss of the season. The next up, the bottom of the basement, the Gronk Donks versus semi-automatic. Gronk Donks gets the win, loses Mike Williams for probably the year after a big day. 121 yards and a touchdown, 7 receptions. Torn ACL. Olave had a nice game. Lamar Jackson had a nice game. On the other side, really not much going for semi-automatic. Carr gets hurt. Zay Flowers so got a big day out of Hollywood Brown. Kittle had a decent day, but really just not a lot going on there. Hilaire on the bench actually had a big day. You might think about starting to put Hilaire in. Who knows what Kansas City is going to start doing with that offense. All those running backs are really playing a lot. It's week 4 next week, so hopefully we'll know some kind of situation with Taylor. And if Taylor can get back, whether he's traded or whatnot, he will have a decent running back as long as he stays healthy, along with White. So I do think semi-automatic. I do think the vendor is doing a really fabulous job with this team. Despite having no cap room, and I think he's going to get some upsets. I don't think he's going to lose every game. There's going to be an upset somewhere along the way. Let's see. Next game is Donks for Life versus the Virginia SeaDawgs. Donks for Life. It looks like SeaDawgs are a 80% favorite to win. Donks for Life has Goddard going on tonight. They're about even, and SeaDawgs have Puka and both Williams going tonight. It looks like the Virginia SeaDawgs are going to win that one. Danny has not changed the name of his team. Maybe he's sticking with that. Deshaun Watson played a decent game. Pacheco put up some points. Big game from Amari Cooper, 116 yards, 7 receptions and a touchdown. On the other side, the SeaDawgs have been a little bit banged up. Eckler was on the bench. Watson still has yet to play. Made the smart move, putting Kirk Cousins over Trevor Lawrence, and 15-point difference. Diggs had a big game. CMC had a big game on Thursday night. Mark Andrews really not doing much. No tight ends are really doing much except Travis Kelce right now. Kelly, just another bad game. Just another bad game by Kelly. So, SeaDawgs are going to be all right. Puka. We'll see what Puka is really all about, if he's going to be able to maintain what he's been maintaining, but he's been playing great. And looks like they're a rebound, get a win under the go up to 2-1. Next game. Indigneous FT versus Shake and Bake. Shake and Bake, 92% favorite, gets their first win of the season. Big game from Mahomes, really big game from Mozart. Mozart had a big game last week. How about that Miami offense? Just 70 points. Is that crazy? Mozart puts up 3 touchdowns, 82 rushing yards, 60 reception yards. Just too much over Indigneous FT. Zach is now going to fall to 1-2. He was one of the favorites. The guy was with the most cap room, falling down to 1-2. Not time to hit the panic button yet. Obviously, still on in the season, but he's gonna have to rebound. He does have a deep enough bench, and he's got to figure out a couple things that's going on with him. Decent game out of Josh Allen, good game out of St. Brown. Running backs, we're gonna see what Mixon does tonight. He's also got Antonio Brown, who's been nothing much so far in the first 2 games. Pitts has been, Pitts is just, a bust as far as tight ends are concerned. Williams, Jamal Williams in the Denver, everyone had high hopes for him a couple years ago. Not really. The other one I want to talk about on the shake and bake side is Sam Laporta, tight end, 84 yards, 8 receptions, 1 reception TD. Laporta is a beast. Laporta, there's a lot of tight ends that were drafted in the first and second rounds in the NFL this year, and Laporta was one of them. Laporta is going to be one of the top tight ends in this league very soon, if he's not already. I think almost better than Kincaid and Musgrave. But congratulations to Shake and Bake. Gets their first win of the season, almost a must win for them. Gets out of it and can move on to next week. Next up, the Red Sharks versus the San Patricio RockThrowers. Long week for the RockThrowers. They lose Nick Chubb. Fields has been just awful, but guess what? The RockThrowers are going to get this win. They're going to go up to 3-0. They are looking to get into the playoffs for the first time. They've been on the outside looking in the last 2 years in a row. Big game from Walker. I know everyone was high on Charbonnet, and I'm still high on Charbonnet. I have Charbonnet in a bunch of leagues, but Walker has been getting the ball. He's been keeping his job, 97 rushing yards, 59 reception yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. Great game by him. Fields is really might be time to hit the panic button on Fields a little bit. Hockenson had a decent game. Pittman had a decent game. Really on the other side, though, is what we want to talk about is, the Red Sharks are banged up, and I mean banged up. Joe Burrow, not sure if he's going. David Montgomery was out. Jalen Waddle was out. Anthony Richardson was out. Forced to start Geno Smith. Geno Smith put up decent numbers, 18 points, not a total bust. Just really nothing out of Brian Robinson. Big game from Connor, but nothing out of Hopkins. CeeDee Lamb yesterday had a bad game. Trey Burks had a bad game. Trey Burks has been awful too. Jacksonville defense, everyone put Jacksonville defense in this week thinking that they were going to beat up on the Texans. That was not the case. So the Red Sharks have a lot of injury issues. They're really going to have to kind of get creative a little bit as the season goes on, and hopefully they can get these guys back on the field. Great win by the RockThrowers. They overperformed. Lost their best player. Still has Cooper Kupp coming back. Did have our chain on the bench, which, I think everybody did. 203 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 2 receiving touchdowns. The rookie was amazing. Projected for 4.47 points and puts up 52-30. Is that crazy? I don't think he's going to be on the bench next week for Neil. And last but not least, TOD, it appears, is going to go up to be 3-0. It is going to be the 3rd consecutive week, it looks like, of the number 1 versus number 2 seed next week. FJTK versus TOD. On TOD side, Tua, 36 points. Just awesome. 4 passing touchdowns, 309 yards. Big game from Devontae Adams, 272 yards, 13 receptions, 2 touchdowns. Worried about running backs. Running backs had no running backs previously, except Cook. Cook puts up 12 points. Zach Moss has 122 rushing yards, a touchdown, 23 receptions. Ford, who is going to be the feature back on Cleveland now with Chubb out, has a rushing touchdown, reception touchdown, 33 receiving yards. He puts up 18 points. And really on the other side, it's not over yet. There's three great wide receivers playing tonight: Chase, Evans, and Devontae Smith. So I don't want to say that it is over yet. He's got a lot of points that he's got to catch up on, 67 plus. So he's getting really big games out of all three of these guys. It can happen. I've seen things happen before. And all these receivers are guys that I would like to have, which is, Chase, Evans, and Smith tonight. So we're going to see what happens. This game's going to be a lot closer than you think. I think Chicken in the Cave is set to score 130 points. Still going to be behind the 156-76. But like I said, anything can happen, especially in fantasy football on a Monday night. So hopefully we're going to try to get some GMs on the show this week. Robin's been reaching out. If you haven't been on the show yet, hopefully we can get you on. My apologies to both James and Rich. Hopefully we can start this all over again next week and really get some time set up so we can, get the start and sit in, and also talk about the Monday morning quarterback and whatnot. Anyone who else wants to come on the show, please feel free. We'd love to have you on the show. I'm really going to try to get the RockThrowers GM on the show this week because I think we'll have a lot of fun. And he actually told me he watched the show for the first time and said he loved it. He'd be a great guest to have on the show. I love Neil. Zach is another guy that I'd love to have on the show. Bowser too. So it's like I don't know if I want to have Robin reach out to you guys or what, because I know you're married men. But if you guys want to be on the show, please drop me a line, Facebook, Twitter, any kind of social media. We'll be more than happy to have you on with a quick 15-minute segment. Just learn a little more about you, your strategy, what you're looking forward to this year, and would love to get you on the show. But anyway, everyone enjoy the games tonight. 2 Monday night games. My Philadelphia Eagles are playing in Tampa Bay. We're going to be about to go up 3-0, just like TOD is 3-0. Everyone have a great Monday. Take care. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.